There is one simple daily habit that could mean the difference between staying mobile in old age and not. In today's video, I'm going to reveal what that habit is and how you can build it into your routine at home. The simple habit I'm talking about is getting up and down from the floor every single day. Now, falls are one of the biggest killers of older people, but it's not always the impact that does the damage. No, a lot of people suffer because they've fallen and they can't get back up again. I've had patients who fell at home and thankfully weren't hurt, but because they couldn't get back up, they were on the floor sometimes for up to 24 hours before someone realized. When they were finally rescued, they were cold, dehydrated, and severely unwell. The other reason being able to get up and down from the floor is so important is because it unlocks a whole new level of mobility for you later in life. I even included getting up and down from the floor as one of my 9 at 90 exercises in my new book because it's just so important and it will help you build mobility and strength all over the body. But if you know you currently can't get up from the floor, I want to give you some exercises today to help you achieve that goal. So I'm going to show you the exercises now, but I just need to make you aware they're not going to be suitable for everyone. Do get checked out before you give them a try, and if they cause you any pain, just avoid them. So we're going to start easy with exercises for people who can't get up from the floor, and then we're going to work our way up slowly to something that even advanced folk are going to find really tough. So here's the easy exercise. You're going to start off lying on your back. Your bed is absolutely fine for this. You do not need to do this on the floor. And we're going to start by building some core strength because core strength is so important to get you up from the floor because you need it to sit up or to roll or to stand. So you're going to start with your head on the pillow like this and your knees bent up. And I just want you to rest both of your hands on the front of your thighs. All we're going to do now is just very gently flatten your lower back into the bed and lift your head and shoulders up off the bed and slide your hands just to the tops of your knees and then come back down. Now we're doing this in such a way that you're not straining your neck and shoulders. We're not trying to do a full sit up. It's almost like a quarter sit up just to get your tummy muscles activated. Let me show you again. Flatten into the bed, lift the head and shoulders gently. Don't strain them. Just touch the top of the knee and then back down. It's a very subtle movement and you're going to hold it probably just for a couple of seconds. The whole movement should only take you about 3 or 4 seconds. And it's a lovely way to just get that core activating. Now, if you're just getting started, I'd recommend doing somewhere between 10 and 30 of those in a row. Several times per day works really well to build some core strength. And once you're a bit stronger, you can move on to the next exercise. The next exercise is a fabulous one to help you build some mobility in your hips to allow you to get up from the floor, as well as building on what we just did for the core. So for this exercise, again, you can use your bed. I want you on all fours for this exercise. So you're going to go into a table position where your hands are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. And now the first thing we're going to do is just pull your tummy in and put yourself into a neutral spine. So your back should be totally flat if you can get it to that point. Now we're going to do something called a modified bird dog, which is where we take all of our weight over onto one knee and bring the other one up like this towards our chest. And then without moving our spine, you're going to straighten your leg out behind you until the leg is perfectly straight. Once it's there, you're then going to pull it back in. And we're almost going to pump it forward and back, just without modifying the position of your back. So you're not rolling your back, you're not letting your back arch, and you're certainly not allowing your pelvis to drop to one side like that or that. So we want to keep everything straight apart from that leg, which is bending and straightening. After you've done 10 on one side, you're going to swap over. So again, we're going to put all our weight now on our right knee, pull this one up, keep the back neutral while we straighten like this, and then pull in and out. And the reason this is so important is because when we try and get up, which is what I'll show you in a minute, you have to get your leg up like this if you want to do it from most different positions. So this helps you build mobility whilst also improving the core strength that we need to. Have a go at that, 10 to 30 in a row on each side. 2 or 3 sets works really well, and then we can move on to the next stage. The next exercise we're going to do is called the slow split squat. And this is a beautiful exercise for training the exact muscles you need to get up and down from the floor. So here's how it looks. You need a chair to hold on to. So I would put a chair like this where you can hold the back of it and a folded up towel on the floor. You'll see why we need that in just a moment. So you're going to set yourself up like this, 2 hands on the back of the chair and your feet staggered. So you've got 1 foot at the front and the other one at the back just behind that towel. You're going to just rise up onto your tiptoes on that back leg. And then what we're going to do is take 4 whole seconds to lower your knee down onto the towel. You want to go down as slow as you can until you're kneeling. Then when you're kneeling, you're going to push back up to a standing position. Simple as that. Let's try again. So slowly back down, 2, 3, 4, slow as you can, and then we push back up nice and quickly. Now you'll feel the emphasis on your leg muscles as they lengthen as you go down. This is where it's really hard, and I can particularly feel it on my back leg. And the reason this exercise is useful and important is because if we're trying to slowly get down to the floor, our muscles can act like our brakes when they lengthen slowly. So they're contracting but lengthening at the same time, which is slowing you down against gravity. Super important for getting you down onto the floor. And then this pushing up phase is exactly the same way we generate power to stand back up. So I would recommend doing 10 of those in a row on the same side. Then you swap that towel over, swap your legs over, and do 10 on the other side as well, like this. So we're going up nice and fast, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, down nice and slow. A couple of times a day will make a massive difference in just a couple of weeks. All right, so now you've built up some strength in your legs, it's time to put it all together and practice actually getting up and down from the floor. There are a few different ways to do this, and I'm not going to show you them all, but I do have another video giving you a few extra techniques, which you can see in the top corner of your screen right now. That will also show you how to get up and down from the floor if you can't kneel on your knees. Anyway, this is what I would have you do. Practice getting down to the floor nice and safely, however you feel is best for you, and start off lying on your back like this. I'm going to show you the traditional get up, this is exactly what I would do in a perfect world. Roll over onto one side like this, put your hand on the floor here, and then push yourself up into kind of a half sitting position like this. Now what we want to do is bring this hand over the top and bring yourself up into a kneeling on all fours position. This is the ideal situation if you can do it. Then you're going to rise up a little bit more onto your fingertips, bring a hand behind if you need it, and pull one of your legs through. You can put 2 hands on your knee here and push yourself up to a standing position. So that's just one technique for getting down and up again from the floor. There are many others. I teach them in that other video, so go and have a look at that. And I've got one more advanced exercise to show you if you found that easy. If you find that challenging, I'd recommend doing it a few times every single day, and it might just save you from getting stuck down on the floor after a fall. So here is the final exercise, only for the advanced folks. I would estimate that only about 5% of my audience will be able to do this, so do not worry if you can't. This is just for the people who like a challenge. It's called the modified Turkish get-up, and if you can do this exercise regularly, you're going to have no problems getting up from the floor from just about any situation. Here's how it looks. You're going to start down on the floor lying on your back. And the Turkish get-up actually usually involves a dumbbell held up in the air like this the whole time. We're going to do it without a weight. So you're going to make a fist and just reach up towards the sky. The first thing you're going to do is sit up like this, keeping your arm up in the air. Put that hand down, swing like this, keeping your fist up. Bring your leg up and then stand. So you're doing the whole thing with just one hand and the other one up in the air. If you want to do it properly, or the full routine, you're also going to try getting back down again. So put that leg behind, down on your foot, swing round, and then back down to a lying position. Super tough, but if you can do it, it's a great exercise to practice. I'll show you again. Sit up like this, put that hand down, swing like that, bring that leg to there, and then push up and stand. To go back down, going to put that leg out behind, put your hand down, put that leg out, down to sitting, and then down onto your back. Really tough to do. If you can do it, well done. 5 repetitions of that on each side is a great routine to get you absolutely fit and mobile to get up and down from the floor. But pick a couple of those exercises, choose whichever one is within your ability level and try them every day. It could just save your life if you are to fall in the future.